So everyone is trying to manifest their dream life, but here is what nobody tells you. You can't fool your subconscious. You can't fool God. When you master your mind, you master your life. All those manifestation techniques, affirmations, visualizations, practices are worthless if you're not being authentic with yourself. Your subconscious knows the emotional truth behind every thought and action, and that's what truly creates your reality. It knows whether something feels forced or natural just by how it feels to you, even if you don't realize it because, it's subconscious. If simply declaring and deciding it's done and it's for you causes you more anxiety and resistance, you will need to align, and from that alignment, declare and decide as the I am. In this video, I'll show you why authenticity is the missing key to your manifestation practice, the two paths or methods to authenticity, and how to be more authentic in your daily life so that you can manifest from that place of peace and feeling good first, that heaven state of consciousness. And I've split this episode into 4 sections for optimal understanding. So grab your favorite hot or cold beverage and let's get started. Hi, I'm Marta and welcome to my channel. To work with me or find some of my free resources, visit the description box below. So let's get something straight. Authenticity isn't about telling everyone your business or oversharing on social media. That's actually the opposite of what I recommend. And if you're curious about that, check out my video, Why Private Life is a Better Life. It will be somewhere in the cards here. True authenticity means something deeper, being honest with yourself about who you are, what you truly desire, loving and accepting all of you, figuring out what actually feels good, what works for you, and what's truly driving your actions. It's like taking an X-ray image of the inner you, that the real you, and see it all through, then aligning with it. Because pushing through something that should remain unmoved, like, a wall, is exhausting. And we want to reach that state of ease, the flow, bliss, everything unfolding naturally for us. And are you following a manifestation technique because it genuinely resonates with you, or because someone with thousands of followers said it will bring you instant results? The difference is one of them is out of love and one is out of fear. And your subconscious, the part of you connected to divine consciousness, knows the difference. And it responds to emotional truth, not performative actions. And that is the only way emotions can manifest, not the emotions you feel on day to day. It's completely safe to feel them. I discussed this more in this video. But if you react emotionally or respond to the events or your own actions is really what matters. Be the authentic you who you've always meant to be, the aware one, loved one, the abundant one. Anything else is just false, self-inhibiting, someone you really just confuse yourself to be. This is your authentic living in accordance with your true nature of perfection and alignment, and everything else is just noise. Let me explain with a simple example. Let's say this apple represents something that genuinely makes you feel good. Maybe it's journaling your gratitude in the evening, or spending time in nature when you want to connect with your I am presence, or 15 minutes meditation in the morning that always makes you feel peace and love, whatever it may be. And this banana represents the latest trending manifestation technique. Maybe it's representing a specific affirmation you have to repeat 55 times at 5:55 a.m. Standing on one foot. Even if someone swears the banana method works miracles, if it feels forced or inauthentic to you, your subconscious registers the resistance. The technique itself isn't wrong. It's just not aligned with your authentic self. And here is what most people do. They know they love the apple. It's even the pillar of their well-being, but their ego suggests them to choose something else to maybe speed up the results. Maybe they can do better because, I don't see anything in 3D and your results, do you? Trying new things isn't bad, of course. And sometimes we have to push through the resistance until it dissipates. But when the banana doesn't work, people try a pineapple and then pear, and constantly chasing techniques instead of tuning into what genuinely feels right, forgetting about the obvious choice of the apple that has always been there for them. The authentic choice will always be the one that truly resonates with you, what puts you in that state of alignment with your awareness of being, what makes you feel good, genuinely enjoying your life. And if you would like to find out what's holding you back, what's blocking your manifestations, I've created a free quiz that will give you the customized breakdown of your strengths and challenges and tips based on your results to improve your manifesting. To take the quiz, just comment below, I want to take the quiz, and I'll provide it to you. Now let's move on to what really blocks authenticity. So what keeps us from being authentic? It all comes down to fear. It's the ego trying to survive again and just distracts you with all the doing. And there might be fear of missing out on the right technique, fear of financial insecurity, fear of abandonment or rejection, fear of our own power or success. And these fears push us to follow paths that aren't our own. But here's the truth. If you walk the path that is there, you're simply following someone else's steps, not your own path. Your path doesn't exist until you start walking it. You create it with each authentic step you take. And here's something worth taking note of, so write it down in the comment below for others to learn from as well. When you force yourself to follow techniques that don't resonate, you're actually creating resistance in your manifestation practice. You're telling your subconscious one thing while feeling another, creating that gap and the contradiction that creates more anxiety and blocks your results. When you're authentic, manifestation becomes effortless because you're no longer working against yourself. You're in that state of divine consciousness naturally. The I am presence Neville Goddard talks about, and many other teachers too. Your true nature. And small manifestations like free coffee or finding a parking spot might come with any technique, but maybe not those deeper desires, the true purpose of ours. Those consistent results that truly transform your life. Authenticity is non-negotiable. With authenticity comes acceptance, and with acceptance comes surrender. And what actually prevents us from experiencing what we truly want is that constant trying, resistance, and fear that if we don't act, then we probably don't get it. But know this, and again, you can write it down because it's important. Your desires are for you and are really just a preview of what's for you, what you already are experiencing on another timeline. It's just like the future, you affirming that, and that's why you hear it. That's why you know that it's for you. So whether you use the techniques to get it or just relax and do nothing but enjoy your life, the end goal is always the same. You're going to experience your wish fulfilled. Your subconscious understands emotion above all else. When your actions, thoughts, and feelings are in harmony, that's when the law of the universe works its magic. We manifest what we are aware of. We all know this. The trick is to find out what's exactly in the subconscious and then overwrite it so that we manifest what we want. And to understand what's in there, we have to increase our awareness, the knowledge of who you are, the full presence, uncovering you. When we release the darkness, we release the energy that was blocked by these parts of us that were there for decades. Once we release them by love and acceptance, they walk beside us and we are stronger with them. So this work is important. It's you building an army of you, walking arm in arm, instead of fighting against different parts of yourself. You release that energy and walk with more energy that then you have to pursue the life you love. And there are two methods, let's say, to uncover what's truly in your subconscious and align with your authentic self. So method number one is the shadow work. This is the more direct approach, actively digging into your limiting beliefs through affirmations and journaling and seeing what resistance comes up. It's a more emotionally intense path because it kind of uses the brute force to dig out shadows that we may not yet be ready energetically to confront. So it will feel a little harder. It's like in the video games when you have to defeat the boss to level up, right? When you affirm something like, I am deserving of love and financial security, parts of you that don't believe that will rebel. These shadows aren't enemies. They are past versions of you who were told no to their dreams many times, and they turned bitter, attacking anything beyond what they were given, what the status quo is. They say that only hurt people, and that's also true in the internal world. A bully is a bully because they're hurting inside. A bully doesn't stop being a bully until they are loved and accepted for who they are. So the remedy isn't fighting them or suppressing them. It's loving them. Acceptance transforms these shadows into allies on your manifestation journey. You should still make the I am your foundation here because this is what grounds you in the truth so that you can look at the emotions that you feel and inner contradictions with love and acceptance. You're the observer of them, not these emotions. And this is what truly grounds you in this difficult time. So this method will be full of journaling, affirming techniques, inner work that are done consistent and done out of self-love, not self-hatred. You don't change because you don't like something. You change because you love. And method number 2 is this expanded awareness. This gentler approach involves increasing your awareness and patiently waiting for the limiting beliefs to surface naturally. And they always do. It works similarly to the first path, but there is no forcing at all. You just focus on resting in your awareness, your I am, meditations, releasing your true nature, working on this self-realization, and fully claiming all you want as yours, because the I am implies all that. And at first, your consciousness is like a flashlight, illuminating just one shadow at the time. But as you practice feeling and accepting what arises, the light expands. And eventually, you're not wielding a spotlight, but turning up a dimmer switch, gradually filling your inner world with the light of awareness, the light that is love. And this method is a path of finding your own peace, meditation, and resting in your awareness. The practice of losing mind identification, but also journaling your emotions when you feel the need to do that, is the path of full acceptance of what is and letting go of the emotions that come up with love. And both of these paths lead to authenticity. One is more direct but intense, while the other is gentler but may take longer, but also not necessarily for everybody. I would say that the second one is better because it's leading us to this true nature and builds a strong foundation for the rest of our lives. But in the end, it's really about what resonates with you. Know that both result in the same, the increased awareness. Both can be emotional and challenging. And I tried both, and I think both of them had place in my process for me personally. But if I were to do that again, I think I would just go straight to the chase, to the second path of expanded awareness, because that's what became really my daily practice and grounds me, giving me peace. So here are some practical steps for you to cultivate this authenticity in your manifestation practice. Number 1 is to embrace the unknown, both in the 3D world and within yourself. Get excited about your unique path rather than fearing it. You're always safe, so trust what's unfolding for you, because everything is unfolding for you perfectly. Accept what you're feeling. Resistance, doubt, fear, they are all valid. Acknowledge them without judgment. Feel and let go. And I have a video on 3 pillars of emotion regulation that help you to get into that kingdom of heaven state of consciousness, and it will be linked somewhere here. Remove the mind identification, because you're not your feelings, thoughts, or emotions, but the awareness behind them. And if you want an infographic with the process of letting go that you can keep on your phone and take with yourself wherever you go, comment infographic and I'll respond with the link to this quick guide. Number 3 is to follow your intuition. Those subtle nudges we often talk ourselves out of are your higher self guiding you towards alignment, towards your end goal. Don't ignore them. Intuition is like a muscle. The more you trust it and follow it, the stronger it gets until you're flowing through life in synchronicity. Number 4, honor your body. The physical plane is the first one we expand our awareness in, and the biggest symbol of this plane is, of course, your body. The disconnect begins when we ignore basic needs like hunger, sleep, and movement. Act at the first signal of your body to deepen the connection with it and the body awareness so that you can feel you're getting ill before it actually happens and prevent it, or need rest before you reach the point of no return. Shower it with gratitude and all it does for you. It moves you about, it breathes itself, digests your food, circulates your blood so that you can walk, experience, and love. Number 5, build self-trust. Follow through on promises to yourself. When you say you'll meditate in the morning, follow through. If you promise yourself to eat healthier, follow through. It's not only about the discipline of the mind and mastering it, because the more you trust yourself, the stronger your intuition becomes as well. Number 6, be honest about your relationships. Do people around you elevate you or drain your energy? It's okay if others start finding you less relatable as you raise your consciousness. You become the average or the resultant of the 5 people you spend the most time with. So choose wisely. It all comes down to the energy management, because what you spend on others, you cannot spend on yourself. Number 7, question your motivations. When you procrastinate, is it fear of success or genuine need for rest? When you work hard, is it fulfillment or fear driving you? Only you know this. You can journal to find out what's here or sit with yourself and observe the internal dialogues. Number 8, be patient. We often try to speed up manifestation because we're emotionally dependent on the outcome. When you feel impatient and find yourself jumping to yet another technique, just ask yourself, is this because I'm attached to the result? Question your motivations. Question everything. Remember, your subconscious, the God within, cannot be fooled by impatience disguised as taking action. Observe your action bias, this tendency we all have to prefer taking actions over doing nothing, even when it's not necessarily the best choice. And remember, living authentically means aligning with your true self, not someone else's version of spiritual success. Your manifestation journey should feel like coming home to yourself, not forcing yourself into someone else's technique. I know I'm a content creator, but I'm telling you to stop consuming videos and content, especially when they give you this false sense of accomplishment. Do the work by sitting with yourself and resting in awareness. This practice is experiential, and no number of hours spent on learning will help you until you also practice it. The bottom line here is that you can't fool God, the source, divine consciousness, the true you. Sooner or later, we are forced to be authentic with ourselves, especially when we get caught in the very convincing illusions of the 3D. And the greatest achievement isn't manifesting a material possession or a relationship. It's mastering your emotional state, mind discipline, and developing an authentic mental diet. And feel good. When you allow yourself to feel with integrity, acknowledging all your desires, fears, and dreams without judgment, you align with the true power. The only authentic you, the I am awareness of being, the only self-concept you will ever need. And from that place of emotional mastery, external manifestations follow naturally. And if you've watched all the way to the end, comment below, I am already whole. I'll be very happy to see a comment like that. Thank you very much for watching. I know that this episode will be helpful, but if you still have some questions, let me know in the comments, and feel free to ask and help each other in the comments, because everyone has a different experience and the perspective that could be a light bulb moment for someone else. Subscribe to my weekly newsletter, Self-Love Letter, and explore free resources in the description below. And if you want to work with me, drop me an email. These are the videos that YouTube think that you should watch next. And remember, you are brave, you are loved, be kind to yourself. Bye now.